Chapter 29 of Grief Open the Door to Heaven by Kim Droptiny. Trials turn to gold. And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. Romans 8:28. 7 months after Gabe's passing, I received 2 messages within days of each other from 2 of Gabe's high school friends, completely independent of the other. One said that he had been listening to the song Gabe wrote, Saved by Grace, nonstop, and couldn't stop listening to it. I was so tickled and pleased by that news. If Gabe had still been alive and knew that I was sharing his music with others, he would have been so embarrassed. But I was sure that now he was thankful that his songs were being used to lead others to Jesus. That friend also let me know that he was now living in a group home for addicts. I had prayed many times for that particular young man, and at Gabe's memorial service, he had asked for prayer. He had years of drug addiction behind him, and to hear that he was in recovery and living in a group home was wonderful news. The other friend wrote a heartfelt message to say that he was sorry to hear of Gabe's passing and to tell me that Gabe had spent a lot of time telling him about Jesus. That piece of information was very surprising to me. I had always been concerned when my son hung out with that particular friend because he did not have a good reputation around our small town. I always said to Gabe, "Why would you want to hang around with him?" But the joke was on me. My son turned out to be the worst kid in the school and died of a heroin overdose. Yet he also turned out to be one of the biggest lovers in the school. He had a reputation for loving everyone and being faithful to them, no matter who they were. I repented for my judgmental attitude and started interceding for that young man. I was disgusted with myself for my lack of love. I was so thankful to the Lord for using my son to change me, and thankful that he opened doors into the fragile hearts of Gabe's friends, which was through no doing of my own, but only because of my son. If it had been me, I would have chased them out of the kingdom. Have mercy on me, Lord. When I read that young man's message to me, I perceived that he was kind and intelligent. He told me the reasons that he was reluctant to become a Christian, which began some good back and forth communication between us. We stayed in touch, and 3 years later, he wrote to tell me that he had finally decided to give his life to Jesus. Trials turned to gold. That gold did not come in the way that I had imagined it. When Gabe was in high school, a friend and I used to intercede regularly for our sons and all their friends. We thought that a big revival would happen then and there. Never would we have imagined how far down our sons would go before finally turning to him. It is amazing that her son is even alive today, but he's been serving the Lord faithfully for many years in Cambodia. When this life is over and we are all in heaven together, we won't even remember all the pain and trials of earth. Eternity is forever. And if my son's death brought even one soul to heaven, it was all worth it. End of chapter 29.